Hey everyone, Scott here with High Tech Guys on YouTube, where we're hammering it out so you don't have to. And today, we're here with the Samsung Galaxy S6 smartphone. And in the previous video, we did the unboxing of this phone. We got it straight from the factory. We showed you what's in the box. We turned it on for the first time. But now that we had some time to get a feel for this phone, we're going to do a review in this video of the pros and cons of this phone to let you know how well it really works. But before we begin, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Alan McClendon, who let us use his phone even before he used it to do these reviews. So Alan, thanks so much. Okay, here we have it, the Galaxy S6 in my hand, and after a week of reviewing this phone, I absolutely love this phone. First and foremost, this phone feels great. It's not too light, it's not too heavy. It just feels great in your hand. It's easy to hold, easy to use. On the back of the phone, Samsung put this Corning Gorilla Glass 4 on there, so it's very smooth, and our phone is a pearlescent white phone, and look, it just looks elegant. It looks very nice. It has a very smooth texture to it, and when you're holding it in your hand, it just feels good. Some of the other features on this phone is the power button and the volume buttons. If you are a right-hand user, they're in perfect position. Samsung took some time to make sure these are in the right place. The power button is right at your thumb. When you go to reach the volume buttons, they're right at your index finger. They stick out just a little bit, and they got a little bit of click to them, so when you're pressing the button, you know that you're pressing the button, and you know exactly what you're doing. If you switch over to your left hand, you can see those volume buttons are right at your thumb in perfect position, and then your power button is right at your index finger, so it's easy to turn the phone on and off. Great position for both left and right hand users. Some of the other features on the phone, on the bottom of the phone, we have our headphone jack, our power port, we have a microphone, and we have the main speaker. This speaker goes pretty loud, but when it's turned up, it's a little bit tinny. If it were up to me, I would have put a little better sound quality in there. On the top of the phone, we have an infrared sensor and the secondary mic, which no matter how the phone is turned, you get good sound quality when you're talking to somebody else. All right, on the front of the phone at the top right, we have a 5-megapixel camera, we have the earpiece speaker, and then we have the light and the proximity sensors, which when you hold the phone up to your ear and you're talking on the phone, it turns that screen off so that your cheek is not hitting the mute button and you're not turning off the phone while you're talking to the other person. I'm sure we've all been in that position before. And then over to the left of that, you have a little status light, which tells you different events on the phone. On the bottom of the phone, on the left-hand side, we have our recent apps button, and then on the right-hand side, we have a back button, and then most importantly, right in the middle of the phone, we got the home button / fingerprint scanner. And that fingerprint scanner works great when you're turning the phone on. You can set it up, so all you have to do is just touch your thumb or your finger to it. It goes right into the phone without having to swipe or key in a bunch of numbers. So far, this phone is really good. Really great, and I just love using it. Okay, let's talk about some of the things that make the S6 such a great phone. For one thing, Samsung decided to go with this Exynos 64-bit octa-core processor over the more popular Qualcomm Snapdragon processor used in many other phones. In my opinion, I think this was the right choice, but seeing is believing. And to test this, I opened up as many apps as I possibly could on the phone. So by clicking the most recent apps here, you can see all the stuff I got open. I got YouTube, I got the gallery for the pictures, I got my camera open, I got Google Maps open with the GPS on, I got some Amazon on here, some settings, Milk Video by Samsung, I got Google Chrome open, I got the phone, I got Samsung's S Health exercise program open here, Milk Music is running, Facebook, contacts, I got a game, and Google search. So even with all this running, the phone still scrolls smoothly and quickly. And even when I double tap the home button to bring up the camera, it comes up quick and fast and easy. And then to take a picture, it's fast. So even with all that running, the processor still works great and runs good, making this phone a must-have. And speaking about cameras, the S6 has possibly the best camera of any smartphone out there today. In fact, it's probably the best camera that I have ever used. With its 16 megapixel rear-facing camera and its 5 megapixel wide angle front facing camera. It's great for taking selfies and group shots. And I'm really going to miss this camera after this review. Okay, let's go ahead and look at some of the camera settings. If you tap the camera, camera's going to come up. Over across the top right here, you have your gear icon for more settings. You can turn your flash on and off. You can set a timer. You can turn the HDR on, auto, or off. And you can pick different effects, what you'd like your picture to be. Like you can do black and white if you'd like. By pressing the gear icon, it gives you all these options. So you can set the size of the rear camera's picture. Tap on that. So you can go all the way up to 16 megabytes, which is 16:9 ratio, or all the way down to 2.4, whatever fits your needs. Going back, we have the video size on the rear camera, what type of quality we want for that. You can do UHD, which is 4K video, or all the way down to VGA if you like. You could turn the automatic focus tracking on or off. Mine's off. It comes like that by default. You could turn on grid lines. You could set your location tags. You can review your picture. So after you take a picture, your picture will show up. But then you'll have to close that picture to take the next one. Most people have it off. You can use the quick launch right there. Basically, when you tap the home button twice, your camera will come up right away super fast. We saw that earlier. You can set voice control so that you can control your camera. That is pretty cool. You can turn on the shutter sound. You can reset the settings, and then you get more help there. Down at the bottom here, we have modes. You can press the mode here, and by default, the camera's on auto. You can set it to Pro mode, which basically allows you to adjust every setting possible for taking pictures. You can do selective focus, where if you have an object in the foreground that you want to have real super crisp, and then everything else out of focus, that's what it will do. You can take a panorama picture, which is basically a 360-degree picture. The slow motion and the fast motion are pretty self-explanatory there for the videos. The virtual shot allows you to take a picture 180 degrees and then go back and look at that picture, and as you tilt your camera, it will pan to the left or pan to the right. And the download button there is kind of cool, is that you can go and you can download more effects and more modes for your camera as they come out. And then you can switch to your front-facing camera and take your selfies, and you have the same modes there. And over here you have your video, where you start taking video. You can pause your video, and you can stop your video. Pretty simple like that. So all in all, the camera on this S6 is one of the best cameras that we have ever found. But what good is a camera if you don't have a great screen? And we're in luck. With the 5.1-inch Super AMOLED screen, this phone has deep, vibrant colors. And you can see across the top right here how the blues just seamlessly fade into the blues. And with 2,560 by 1,440 pixels, this phone has more pixels on the screen than some laptops have. And what I want to do here, I want to scroll over to the gallery here. I took some pictures today that just kind of want to show the clarity and the quality of the phone. Here's a picture of my cat looking through the window there. Here's some flowers out front. It just finished raining. You can just see the vibrant colors just popping out of the screen. Just a wonderful camera and a wonderful screen. Here is a weed in the yard. You can see all the leaves around the weed. Here's a picture out, landscape out towards the front of the house there. You can kind of see how crisp and clear that is. Here is just a picture facing the other way, and then a picture of back out to the road, just I took landscape. So you can see how just clear these pictures are. They're just great screen. Everything just pops. And so Samsung really hit the mark with this screen, and it just fits well with that fast processor and that great camera. What else would you expect to have but a super clean, crisp screen like this? All right, so next, let's talk about the battery. The battery is great. The only problem with though is that it is non-removable with the glass on the back. There's no way to remove it. Actually, I take that back. You can remove it, but it is like doing surgery. There's a ton of stuff you have to take off, and without any experience, you're probably just going to mess up the phone. But what I have found, though, that the average user like me, I'll use music. I use my phone to check all my notifications, my text messages, my email. I take phone calls. I check my voicemail. I do use the GPS during the day. I'm in IT, so a lot of times I got to go to different businesses, and so I'll turn the GPS on to get there. But on the average day, my battery is still good by the end of the night. Now, I do charge my phone each night before I go to bed. I plug it in, and then it's fully charged in the morning. But maybe some road warriors or some heavy users who are just constantly using the GPS, constantly on the internet, will find that the battery might be just a little weak for them. But overall, I think for the average user, the battery will work out great. The only downside there is that it's non-removable, so that could be a problem. But overall, I give the battery probably B. All right, there you have it, the S6. And after a week of reviewing this phone, I'm going to hate giving it back. But I would absolutely recommend this phone to anybody who is looking to upgrade their current phone or get a new phone. Man, it is just a pleasure to use, and I am going to miss it after only 1 week of using it. And one more thing to Alvin out there, thank you very much for allowing us to use your phone. Without this, we wouldn't be able to do this review, so we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And to everybody else watching this video, if you like this video, please click the like button. If you don't. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe to our channel. We will really appreciate it. We're going to be making more reviews on new products as they come out. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great day.